What's going on? I just had this like kind of like understanding come to me about the rejection spirit or the rejected spirit. What causes the rejection spirit? I mean, I understand what it is now. It's basically there's two things that cause it. Abandonment and the other one is a deficit of attention from others that like your family members or school friends or uh people in general, or say all the attention you get is negative, so now you're avoidant. You know what I'm saying? uh it's fight or flight, right? What do they get? Avoidant or passive aggressive, overly aggressive, and then attackatory and accusatory. And it's just a mechanism, self-defense mechanism. I see it now. Fight or flight. Flight is the avoidant. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. uh Fight is passive aggressive, is like they're gonna say you're doing it, but really they're taking it the wrong way and getting charged up. See, what I realized about this is it's like, look at Jesus, right? Or Yeshua, the Son of God. I mean, there's all these contentions about the way you're supposed to say it, right? But once again, this is another thing. Look, see, he gave us an example of this. Guess what? People rejected him bad. But at the same time, he didn't let that make him reject everyone. Like, that's what the rejection spirit does. It makes you reject and abandon and run and avoid or get passive aggressive. See, this is the thing about the rejection spirit. If you have it, if someone rejects you, you're gonna lose your freaking cool, your peace, and you get angry. Uh, so and that's, I mean, yeah, hey, I've had a lack of attention from certain people in my life. I've had negative attention from others. Uh, I've been abandoned in certain aspects by certain people. I mean, but I'm not holding a grudge. I've learned to overcome that. I had to forgive them, but now I got to recognize it and see. I do the same thing to people now because now I'm avoidant of people sometimes because of rejection and because of abandonment and because of not good attention, but bad attention, like having the spotlight on me. Not people trying to illuminate the path, but the spotlight on me. And it's made me uh reluctant. And that's not necessarily good. It's good if you're reluctant of bad situations, but if you're just reluctant to the point where it leads you to bad situations, how that doesn't help you. So it's not really, you abandon caution and you become overcautious, and to the point where it kind of restricts you in a way. You know what I'm saying? And I see it. It's in me too. Anytime I address anything that's wrong with anyone else, I'm really talking about myself in a covert manner. That's the only reason I understand what's wrong with some people sometimes. Is because, hey, look, in all honesty, when I reflect on myself, and I'm not just introspecting on myself neither, because because I'm wondering why people are the way they are, and in order to understand them, I got to look at me too, and that's hard to do sometimes. But the only reason I have attained that, where I can even bridge a gap, even if it's not a full bridge, but at times I can bridge gaps with things because I can relate, I can empathize. I've been through something similar empirically. Uh, I've experienced it, in other words, or I know someone who's experienced that. I'm aware of that. You know what I'm saying? And it, if you can't be straight up rejected, even you could even go beyond that. Say made look like a fool, slapped with a glove across the face, spit on, and still not let that rock your world to the point where you exhibit the same type of behavior. The rejected spirit does that. I mean, Jesus didn't, as they were all setting him up to get killed, and then he was getting beat up and then getting dragged along the road to the cross. He didn't once let the rejected spirit come over him in that time period. And that is a superhuman, phenomenal composure, self control, and love. It really took that. There's nothing else that could describe that besides some love. See, what's going to heal rejection? Love. Because look, you'll give people attention, even if it's not the greatest attention, at least it helps them because that's the deficit. See, that what causes lust? A deficit of fulfillment, I guess, with your sexual relationship. But I believe that to be, hey, the natural way. You know what I'm saying? The way the way that uh I don't know. You use your imagination on that, but what causes hate? A deficit of love. What causes greed? At some point, it was either a lack of. Sometimes causes it, but sometimes greed's passed on by influence. When you're around people that think a certain way, you're going to be influenced by them and you're going to adopt their ideas and you're going to think they're your own, but they're not. You're just under the spell of the in crowd or whatever group you're in. That's you're going to think that's the in crowd and you can be under the spell of the mob. There's the mob mentality. And look, be careful because you can get swept up in mob mentality and you'll think it's your own idea and you'll think you're justified, all that, but that's just how the mob mentality works, or the majority mentality, or the majority rules, uh, the cool kids mentality. But yeah, man, yeah, that's difficult to I mean, it's like, all right, if you got a rejected spirit, what will it make you? It'll make you like, all right, you'll be quick to get jealous. Why? Because you'll be afraid, because you'll have a predisposition to feel like you're going to get abandoned. You know what I'm saying? For instance, see, it's not, see, the problem isn't the flaw. The problem is when you've been through this and you don't recognize it yet. That's the problem. The problem isn't the problem. The problem is not recognizing that you got a problem. And it's really hard and it does require self-examination, but look, not solely, because you can look around and see that everyone in society suffers from this. And this society is built in such a way where we develop these type of these mannerisms and we'll think it was our own fault, our own idea, when it wasn't. And we were set up to get made weak so they could easily overcome us if they had to. But since we're already defeated in our own mind, and it's just a symptom of society, it's like you might be broke, but that's not to say that you did it to yourself. Really, it's not. That's not always the case. And you could listen. Imagine if a scientific dictatorship could invoke the rejection spirit in every person, so they automatically go to passive aggressiveness or avoidance, and they spout avoidances spout the party line, and then a passive aggressive is attack what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So look, there's all right. Let's say like that Paul Harvey guy. If I was the devil, I would try to make everyone have a rejected spirit. The rejected spirit, because you don't accept them, then all of a sudden they'll go into retaliation spirit, which is, since I'm mad at you and I'm not thinking clearly, I'm going to say these things because I feel this way. And then later they'll have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. I was just angry. Or I wasn't thinking clearly. Whatever. And that was the whole intention. The real intention is the person who is truly getting tricked into keep doing this over and over. The true intention is the person that they're doing it to. The devil's using the other person as a way to break them. So they give in to the, man, everyone's effed up. Man, I hate everyone. I'm going for me now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so rejected that I reject everyone, and now it's I'm out for self. That's it right there. What did it say? Uh, what is the love of self? That's like a big satanic type, even atheistic, and apotheosistic. Like apotheosis means you can become God. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah. I forgot where I was going with that, but anyway, yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was even fucking saying. Oh yeah, rejection spirit. Yeah. See, rejection spirit. See, that's the thing. If you say, "Man, I'm a man. I'm a human. I'm mankind. I'm just like them," that's opposite of the Messiah complex, cult leader complex. Uh, it's like you're not looking at yourself above anyone. It's not necessarily that you're looking at yourself that you're lower than anyone either. It's just by being humbleness will always make you check yourself and always remember to I mean even for the sake of others, you don't want to overshine anyone in a way. It's like so you it doesn't matter if people accept you or not. In your own heart, your own mind, you'll still be confident in what you know to be true because it is true. Not because just you think it's true and you know that everything you think is right. That's not what I'm saying here. There's a deeper level where you put your biases and your prejudices aside and you just look at something with a freaking open mind as if you're not connected to it and just see what's true or not. You know what I'm saying? That's the true place of in every situation you're almost like the scientist who's like, look, I'm going to go with what the situation is telling me and not what I think it is. And you can actually do good there. It'll help grow you. And if the people are willing to receive the things you say, because you operate out of gentleness and kindness and charity and love, and it brings forth peace. You know what I'm saying? Well, you did well there, right there, because that's the it's like peace is the opposite of what discontentment. Get discontentment. See, the way life works is you're discontent, right? And you want to get some payback. So it's set up in such a fashion that the people that are available to get payback with aren't really the true culprits. So you'll go lash out on them, and really all you're doing is helping keep things divided and broken so no one could ever rise above the rejection. You know what I'm saying? See, you don't rise above rejection by being approved by everyone. You rise above rejection by being rejected and not letting it drive you to be competitive, wrathful, out of revenge, out of spite, out of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It's like really, it's like if a person's eligible for to be a judge, in all actuality, uh, they gotta be able to have mercy, man. I mean, that's really what it's all about. And the way you get over rejection is the people who rejected you and ignored you. You forgive them. Realize that hey, they were probably rejected and ignored too. And instead of carrying on this cycle of chaos, I'm going to try to resist what's been brainwashed to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to do what was done to me to others. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to try now. I'm going to try to do better than that. But hey, you make mistakes, man. It all you acknowledge them and it helps atone for them. But atone for them is you do the opposite, just like what caused rejection. lack of, you do the opposite.